Good afternoon. My name is Danielle, and it is an honor to stand before you all today in order to reveal to you a simple change that you can make in your life that will not only affect your individual health, but the health of this planet. One of my favorite memories my mother has shared with me was from when I was about 2 years old. According to her, she took us out to eat, and I was so hungry that I got up from the table we were at and walked over to the couple next to us and grabbed a piece of fried pork belly off of their plate. I think back to that moment now and remember it as the first time I unknowingly tried to change someone's life for the better. I remember what it was like being unaware of where that meat came from. I remember being like many of you, able to eat and enjoy pork and not make the connection between an innocent sentient being and the piece of fried pork belly on my plate. Without a face. It has a face. Or even that connection that that type of meat had with an individual's health as well as the health of the planet we all reside in. Most of my life I had been a carnivore. Like many of you, I was raised on meat, and meat culturally was a large part of my life. I consumed meat and dairy daily for about 24 years, and in 2016 I was about 230 pounds, depressed, suffering from issues like hypertension, hyperthyroidism, chest pain, allergies, to name a few. I heard from a friend that I could lose weight if I simply cut out meat and dairy. At first I wrote it off. Like many of you now, I thought to myself, why would I give up meat and dairy? Where would I get my protein from? Where would I get calcium from? If I couldn't have pizza, what was the point of living? My friend quickly and enthusiastically informed me that protein, as many of you might not be aware of, is all plant-based. And you can get calcium from broccoli, not just milk. And it's without all of the bacteria inside of that milk. After months of her begging me, I decided to try it out. After a couple months, I started to see a drastic change in my weight, my mood, and overall health. I had lost about 60 pounds of fat and disease and could breathe easier, and my chest pain was gone. After seeing all the positive effects the switch to a plant-based diet had on my health and well-being, I decided to do my own research into the meat and dairy industry. And what I've learned has the potential to change not only your lives, but the lives of the people around you, the lives of the people you know and love. In my research, I discovered many of the world's geniuses were all plant-based. Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, Einstein, Nikola Tesla were all plant-based. It's been quoted that Albert Einstein once said, "Nothing will benefit human health and increase chances of survival for our Earth as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet." Not only the geniuses of our past, but the geniuses of our present are spouting this fact to you. Brian Greene, an astrophysicist and theorist, string theorist, went on Colbert just this year and declared his switch to veganism. But why? Perhaps because organizations such as the CDC have revealed that the leading causes of death in the U.S. are diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and stroke, and Alzheimer's. What do these all have in common? They're linked to the animal agriculture industry. Dr. Esselstyn, physician, surgeon, and award-winning author, studied this link between the meat industry and the leading causes of death in his famous documentary, Forks Over Knives. What he found in his multiple long-term studies were that chronic diseases such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes could all be reversed and prevented by switching to a whole food plant-based diet. Dr. Neil Barnard, author, clinical researcher, and founding president of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, also stated that the cardiometabolic benefits of switching to a plant-based diet could reverse the disease. Taking part in the consumption of animals is also has its connection to the current coronavirus pandemic. Our world has changed a lot the past year since Corona. What many of you might not know is the link that viruses like Corona have to animal agriculture. An article by the Washington Post identifies coronavirus as zoonotic, indicating that it transferred from animals to humans. In China, according to a CNN article, a strict ban on the consumption and wildlife farming of wild animals is being put in place because Corona is believed to have started at a wet wildlife marketplace in Wuhan, China. There is still no vaccine or cure for coronavirus, and our constant mistreatment and consumption of animals is to blame. A study by Ellen Seidenberg, professional biologist and environmental health expert, has revealed that we are exposed to antimicrobial resistant pathogens through our consumption of animal products. If meat and dairy companies didn't inject all those animals with hormones and antibiotics, there wouldn't be as hard of a time trying to find a cure for coronavirus as we have now. We would all be on vacations right now instead of locked in our homes trying to prevent us getting coronavirus. Now that we've looked at the health benefits of switching to a plant-based diet, such as the reversal and prevention of the leading causes of death in our country, and looked at the link between animal consumption and this current pandemic, it's time for me to mention the most important factor in why you should switch to a plant-based diet: the dangers it brings to the environment and climate change. There's a lot of data showing the drastic effects animal agriculture has on the environment. According to the Yale School of Forestry and Environmental Studies, soy cultivation is a major driver in deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. I know you're thinking, wait Daniela, don't you eat soy? Isn't tofu soy? Well, yes, you're right, but about 80% of the soy cultivated in the Amazon is used to feed our animal stock. It's used to feed the animals that are then slaughtered, injected with hormones and pathogens, and then fed back to us. They're fed to the people not willing to accept the toll that all takes on their own health and the environment. Animal agriculture puts a heavy strain on many of the Earth's finite land, water, and energy resources. It's not just the problem in the rainforest that we're having to deal with. It's the water use, it's the land use, and all the pollution and the methane coming out of the cows while they're being prepared to be slaughtered. The repercussions of abusing nature and wildlife affect us all on a global scale. It's not just an animal rights issue or a health issue, but also a human rights issue. More than 2,000 years ago, the Greek father of Western medicine, Hippocrates, once said, "Let food be thy medicine." So why are we still eating food that does the opposite? Why are we placing our hard-earned money in the hands of meat and dairy industry companies trying to hide the truth from us? The truth that animal agriculture and consumption is the leading cause of our chronic illnesses, pandemics, and the death of our planet if we don't recognize the need to switch to a plant-based diet. So the next time you sit down with your family for a meal, think of what you're eating, what you're putting your money towards, and how you're not only feeding yourself bacteria and endangering the world and this planet. You have all this power to change the world for the better by switching to a plant-based diet. I hope you all make the change. Thank you.
Thank you.